Okay, another reel-to-reel on the bench today, and I say another because, and I don't know what sequence I'm going to release these videos, but I just finished up on a TEAC with a similar issue. Different reel-to-reel, but similar issue. Now, before I get into my video, I want to apologize, number one, for the heater that's going to run in the background. It's a little chilly out here. Number two, I want to mention that if you want to watch some really good video content on reel-to-reel repairs, there's a channel, Big Matt, B-I-G-G-M-A-T-T. Love watching his reel-to-reel repair videos. Even though I do this kind of stuff, sometimes I'll just put like one of those videos on and I find it really relaxing. So he does a really good job. In fact, I wouldn't blame you if you just stopped watching mine and you went to his repair of a TEAC with a similar issue. And the third thing I want to mention is that undoubtedly, reel-to-reels that cross my path, when they're not working, they almost always have the same problem. At least initially. They all share one common issue, and I'm going to show you what that common issue is. Now I'm going to turn this on. I know you can't see the buttons. I'm just powering it on, and I'm going to hit play. Now what should happen is the pinch roller should move up into position. But when I hit play, and this should not speed, take off like a jet. But as you can see, it takes off like a jet, and is spinning way faster than it should. Right? So what happens on almost all the reel-to-reels that I've come across that aren't working, right, is that the grease hardens. How do I want to say this? The grease that they applied for the pinch roller mechanism hardens, turns to like a sticky, almost glue. Because I don't really need to remove these. And even the newer reel-to-reels like this TEAC X10R have the same issue. Now, resolving the issue can be anything from something that's kind of easy, like this one. I would say it's kind of an easier one to work on. Even the TEAC that I just finished, it's a 6300. That one wasn't too bad, but some of these, it can be a real nightmare getting in there and getting to the parts that you have to degrease and then regrease. So what I'm going to do is show you the disassembly, but I'm going to speed through it. Show you the disassembly, and then we'll take this mechanism apart, apply some white lithium grease, and then we'll see where we get from there. Now, I can tell you that this works. It sounds good, because one thing you can do, if you want to test before you jump in, let's say you get one of these from a family member, you don't know if you really want to put the time and energy and effort into restoring it or repairing it, right? And you get this runaway, tape speed going, you can push these up into position, right? And then you can listen to the tape deck and see if it's actually making noise. Because, if you push these up and then now you're not getting sound, or one channel is cut out, right, or it's making a horrible, buzzing noise or something like that, you may at that point say, okay, I'm not even going to go through the trouble of repairing the mechanism because, I don't have the skill set to go in and troubleshoot the electronic issue, right? But undoubtedly, this is like probably the most common issue that I encounter. Almost every reel-to-reel has this common issue. So let's get into taking this apart and removing that old grease and adding some new. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Again, my bench is not the best for zooming in. But, so here are the two pivot points that we're interested in. But this is super tight. Right? These are the 2 pivot points. This is where that grease lives. So it's a matter of removing this bracket, then getting down into the mechanicals. So here is that grease. It is pretty nasty. So this is just a matter of, yeah, and the paper towel is kind of sticking to it. Right, so you can see how that kind of gums up and gets pretty nasty after a while. So this is just a matter of bathing this in some rubbing alcohol and then applying some lithium grease to it. I'm not gonna move this to do that, but I think you understand the concept. Just cleaning off all this grease, and then I'll apply some lithium grease, put this back together, and we'll fire it up and see how it works. Alright, so that's the grease that came off of just the pinch roller assembly. Now there's also grease down here on the posts, and there's grease on, there's another little plate down here. Try to get that aligned, and I'll have to get that with a cotton swab. But you want to get rid of as much of this gunk as you can, and just to kind of show you, and it just comes off in chunks. So I'm going to keep going at this. I'll probably turn the camera or leave the camera on while I do this and just keep cleaning this up. Alright, about a dozen Q-tips later, and we are clean. Oh, there it is. So I'm just applying lithium grease. There's also a little tiny peg here that has to align to that washer that I just put back in there. Man, this grease gets all over too. It gets all over. Right. Yep. Moving much easier now. Alright, well, I'm going to put this back together. I'll speed through reassembly because this is just me putting this cover back on. And then when I come back, we will fire it up and see if it works. Okie dokie. Man, that grease gets all over everything. Alright, so let's turn this on and make sure it works. Again, I've already tested for sound. I mean, I can turn it on, what the heck. Alright, so this is on, these should snap up into position when I hit play, which they did, and I get sound. So, here we go, reverse. Play. Alright. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, so that's all I wanted to show you on this one. Again, I don't really rebuild these. All I do is I kind of get them functioning, clean the heads, do like minor maintenance type tasks on them. Again, if you have one that needs to be repaired beyond kind of the stuff I do, watch one of Big Matt's videos. He does a really good job. So, as always, if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.